All right, so Meta just dropped the biggest updates to instant forms that they've made in years. And honestly, it's about time. Because if you've been running lead gen campaigns, you know that half the time when you get a lead, you call them and it's a disconnected line, or it's a fake number, or they just don't respond at all. Well, Meta finally listened to us and came out with two new game-changing features that are going to fix those lead quality issues that have plagued us advertisers for years. Now, my team and I at paidadvertising.com has generated over 100,000 leads this year to date for multiple clients across various industries, from SaaS to local services, real estate coaching, etc., name it. Now, we've managed lead gen campaigns spending anywhere from $1,000 a month to $300,000 a month. So we've seen any sort of lead quality issues you can imagine. So when I tell you these updates are a big deal, it's coming from someone who's dealt with those lead quality frustrations at massive scale. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, I've got one of our ad accounts in which we have several of our client accounts in here running ads right now in our local business division right here. So that being said, what you would usually want to do and where you're going to find those new features is I'm just going to pick any sort of client campaign I have right here. So as an example, this one, I'm going to go to the ad level right here. When I edit, I'm going to scroll all the way down and then you have the instant forms section. Okay. We usually primarily utilize instant forms for local business clients. Why? Because we usually get the highest lead volume from those forms. It also saves us the work of having to do a dedicated landing page. And not gonna lie, we usually get great results with instant forms, but there is still the occasional bad lead or bad phone number. And the reason why that is if I show you, this is like one of those forms that I decided to pick for this video that we did not yet turn on those new two features that Facebook released, and I'll show you what it looks like with those turned on. So right now we usually have the kind of CTA and the reason why somebody would want to opt in this form. So this one is in French, but it basically says something along the lines of like, get your financial analysis right now, then fill out this form, and one of our team members is going to contact you rapidly to help analyze your situation and give you the best offer. So very kind of offer driven or CTA driven type of form. So one question to qualify the lead and add friction. Second question to again qualify the lead and add some friction. Third question to again qualify the lead and add some friction, right? Because the less questions we have, the lower cost per lead, but the worse the lead quality is. And then finally, at last, what is your email, name, and phone number? Now, that is where it gets very interesting, okay? Because phone number right here is where we usually use this to text the leads, call the leads, and try to set an appointment with them. Because let's be honest, a lot of people don't check their emails. Phone number is way more valuable than the email. But problem is that traditionally what would happen is whenever you have the phone number that you put right here, it just pulls whatever phone number is attached to your Facebook profile. So if I have, as an example, my profile since 2010 or 2011, I might have changed my phone number since then. Now, this could pull my old phone number and make it so that, you know, I'm just mindlessly going through the form, clicking on it, and then I actually contact the lead, and it is indeed the wrong person. They're like, oh, well, I don't remember filling out the form. Yeah, they didn't ever fill out the form because this is an old phone number. It's not even the current lead's phone number. See what I mean? So now what happens is I'm going to duplicate the form right here just so to show you essentially what those two new changes are. So when you go to form type, okay, go here with higher intent. And now you have this brand new feature called require leads to verify their phone number with a one-time passcode. What happens is this, okay? You just saw it here on the right side of the screen. When I remove it, it removes the step. You can see currently we have 6 screens in our form. When I add this, we now go to 7 screens in the form. What happens is that whenever people go here, I'm going to show you step 4. So whenever they put in their phone number, okay, right here. Now, right there, first of all, it's going to bring you to a second to last screen, which is going to say, hey, we're going to send you a code to your phone number right now. Put in this unique code right here to verify your phone number. What that does is that it makes sure the lead actually takes the time to give you a real phone number. So that way you know it's not going to be a fake number. You know it's a real number. And again, to remind you why we use instant forms, the Facebook loves this. CPMs are always lower whenever you use an instant form because you keep the engagement on platform. So if you send someone to a landing page, this person now goes off of Facebook. Facebook does not control the narrative first and foremost and the customer experience. So that already there kind of, you know, it's like, why would I send someone to somewhere I don't control, right? If I'm talking as if I'm the algorithm, right? Second thing is I make, as Facebook is the algorithm, more money the more time someone spends on my app because they're going to see more ads, and I make money if they see ads. So how do I incentivize them to spend more time on the app? Well, I don't send them out of the app and I keep them on the app. So that's just why instant forms are usually better and more rewarded with lower CPMs. So here you keep the engagement on platform and you ensure you have a real phone number, okay? And then here what happens is like, didn't get a code, it gives you an option, either resend the code or verify it with another phone number. It literally gives you the option as a lead to say, hey, did you do a mistake in your phone number right here? Are you sure it's the right number? And so people can now like take the time to re-enter their number if need be. So now you end up like, you know, for a fact, you have real phone numbers when doing this. That's great for lead quality, okay? And then here, of course, usually I'm gonna remove this, okay? Anytime you do higher intent forms, what happens is that you have this like extra step, which already says, hey, can you verify your information? And then swipe to confirm. So there's like here, not only it adds this step, but this one too, which is, again, it shows you like, hey, verify right now your phone number. If you go for more volume, you can see it right here. If I go perfect at the end, it just says like, hey, here's your privacy policy essentially with it. This one right here combines privacy policy and validating your information. So it's like 2 screens at one. It doesn't add an extra screen. So nonetheless, here, okay, one-time passcode right there is something that we can have to validate phone numbers. Now, let me show you the second thing that we can also have. So if I'm going to go to the ending screen right here, this is the second new feature that really helps you out with not only lead quality, but just getting a hold of your leads, which is this option. Start a conversation on Messenger, okay? So what happens here is that, I mean, we're just gonna read this real quick together, right? After a lead submits your instant form and agrees to receive messages from your business, a chat that includes their contact information will start on Messenger or Instagram. So let's click on learn more right here. So here they have a whole page on Facebook's Business Help Center that talks about enabling the chat with leads form feature. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and play this little video to show you. So if I'm the customer, I see the form, I click next, right? I opt in on the form, I put in all my information, I go next once again. Now right here, right, receive updates and whatever. They right here, okay, I'm just gonna go back right there for a second, very important. They're gonna see a little checkbox that allows them to like check whether or not they agree to be in touch with your business. So they're gonna see this by default, it is checked. They could uncheck it, but by default it is checked, okay? So then when they go submit, so right here, right, boom, they get a message, right? They get a message from your business. What does that mean? That means that now you now have a third channel you can contact every lead to. So traditionally, if you asked for a phone number or you asked for an email address, your appointment setters, your sales development representatives, they could actually just contact the leads via phone, you know, SMS, right? Maybe WhatsApp, even if they manually copied the phone number and went on WhatsApp to see if you had a WhatsApp account. They could also send you an email. Now, you can also contact your leads on Messenger. So it gives you a third channel, again, for your SDRs to reach out to your leads. So now that increases the chances that your leads will reply to you because you're now omnipresent. Chances are if you're calling someone, you're texting them on WhatsApp, you're emailing them and texting them on Messenger, you're reaching them on pretty much every single channel you can possibly reach out to them. So in other words, you increase again your reply rate, which naturally should increase your booking rate by doing this because we've seen a lot of people actually prefer conversations on Messenger. Now, that really is dependent on countries, okay? So that being said, here in like Canada, but mainly in the French-Canadian market, Messenger is very big. Like everybody texts on Messenger right here. In other countries and places, it's more so WhatsApp. You can also here, if this is like relevant more so to your country, you'll have the option to send people to WhatsApp, especially if you have a WhatsApp business account already linked with your Facebook page. You'll have the option prompting you to start a conversation on WhatsApp instead of Messenger. So that too gives you a new channel, which you're already going to be in touch with this customer on. Now, having mentored thousands of students with their paid ads and worked on hundreds of client ad accounts, I can tell you this, the one common mistake I've seen across accounts is a lot of marketers spend a significant portion of their time copying other competitors' ads. But they don't understand that this in the post-Andromeda era is negatively affecting their results. So I highly recommend you check out this recent video of mine that is titled Stop Copying Facebook Ads, Do This Instead, which teaches you another way to approach ad creation. On that note, if you want to work with me one-on-one and have me review your paid ads, offers, funnels, name it, and help you implement AI in your advertising processes, do check out the description below to join our Ad Engine one-on-one inner circle. Or if you want us to do all of this for you and work with you at the agency, and also check out the description below to book in a call with myself and the team at paidadvertising.com. I'm going to wish you an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.